Let me ask a question. Have you ever had someone walk out your life and never come back? No explanation, no goodbye, just silence. I know that feel because that happened to me when I was a teenager and it forced me to become a man before I was ready. I hope you stay with me to the end and keep these words with you always. So if you're feeling down and out, it will pull you up and bring light to your day. Over 40 years ago, my father walked out of my life. I never see him again. This is one of the main reasons I focus my attention heavily on people over 40. I was about 10 or 11 years old at that time. Now, I'm in my mid 50s. So to all man and woman who travel that path, cheer yourself on. We did it, and we did not give up. This message is especially for those of us over 40 who had to grow fast, who had to figure life out without a guide, without a father, without the support we needed. My name is Milton. On this channel, I help, inspire, and motivate people over 40. If you're finding value in this video, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so when I publish a new video, you will definitely be notified. Let's dive in. Today, I want to share my story, not for sympathy, but for strength. Because sometimes the people who leave us unknowingly teach us how to stand on our own. Part 1. The day everything changed. I remember being a teenager, still trying to understand life, still trying to understand myself. At that age, you think your parents will always be there. You think they are permanent. But one day, everything changed. My father left. There wasn't a long speech. There wasn't a deep explanation. There wasn't even closure. He just left and he did not come back. At first, I didn't fully understand what was happening. I thought maybe it was temporary. Maybe he just need time. Maybe he would return next week, next month, next year. But the days turn into years and the reality starts settling. Part number 2. Growing up too fast. Let me tell you something. When a father leaves, something shifts inside of a young man. You suddenly feel older, but not wiser. You feel responsible, but not prepared. I didn't have someone teaching me how to become a man. I didn't have someone showing me how to handle pressure, relationship, or decisions. And if you're over 40 and watching this, you already know. Life is not an easy teacher. Life doesn't give us soft lessons. Life gives real lessons, sometimes painful ones. I made mistakes. I trust the wrong people. I doubt myself many times. Because when guidance is missing, confusion often takes its place. Part number 3, the silent questions. There were questions I carried for years. Why did he leave? Was it something I did? Was I not good enough? Many people don't talk about this part. When a parent leaves, a child often blames themselves, even when it's not their fault. And those silent questions can follow you into your adulthood, even into your 30s, your 40s, sometimes your entire life. But one of the most important lessons I learned later was this. Sometimes people leave not because of you, but because of their own struggles. That realization changed everything for me. Part number 4. Learning manhood without a teacher. Without a father in my life, I had to learn manhood through experience. I watched other men. I learned from older people around me. I learned from my mistakes. And sometimes I learned the hard way. I learned that being a man is not about being perfect. It's about being responsible. It's about showing up even when you don't feel strong. It's about continuing forward even when you don't fully know the path. For those of us over 40, we understand this deeply. Life becomes less about image and more about character. Part number 5, the pain that becomes strength. For a long time, I saw my father living as a wound. But as the years passed, something surprising happened. That wound slowly turned into strength because I realized something powerful. The very thing that was trying to break me actually built me. I became independent, I became resilient, I became determined of never to quit on myself. Hear me out. Pain has a strange way of shaping us if we allow it to teach us instead of destroy us. Part number 6, becoming the man I needed one day. I stopped asking, why did he leave? And I start asking a better question. What kind of man do I want to become? That question changed my direction. I realized I could become the example I never had. I could become disciplined. I could become focused. I could become emotionally stronger. I didn't need a perfect past to create a better future, and neither do you. Part number 7, lessons learned after 40. By the time you reach your 40s, you start seeing life differently. You realize not everyone stays. Not every question gets answered. Not every wound disappears. But you also realize something even more powerful. You survive. And survival builds wisdom. Lesson number 1. Your past does not define your future. Where you come from matters, but it does not control where you go. Lesson number 2. Pain can either break you or build you. The choice often comes from perspective. Lesson number 3. Manhood is built through responsibility, not through perfection. Lesson number 4. Forgiveness frees you, not for them, but for your own peace. Lesson number 5. You can become what you never had. Let's continue. Part number 8. Forgiveness and understanding. Forgiveness was one of the hardest lessons. Not because my father came back. Not because we had a long conversation. But because I realized holding anger was only hurting me. Forgiveness does not mean you forget. It means you release the emotional weight that keep you stuck. And many people over 40 are still carrying emotional weight from decades ago. Sometimes healing begins when you decide to move forward without waiting for closure. Part number 9. A message to men over 40. If you grew up without a father, if you had to learn life on your own, if you made mistakes along the way, you're not alone. Many strong men were built in silent battle, and sometimes the strongest people are the ones who had the least guidance. Your story still matter, your growth still matter, your future still matter. Part number 10. Turning pain into purpose. Today I don't just see my story as pain. I see it as purpose. Because if my experience can help someone else keep going, if my story can help someone else heal, then every struggle had meaning. Sometimes our hardest chapters become someone else's survival guide. My father left when I was a teenager and he never returned. but life taught me something powerful. Even when people leave, strength can stay. Even when guidance disappears, determination can rise. And even when the past feels broken, your future can still be built. To everyone over 40 watching this, it's never too late to become the person you needed when you were younger. If this story spoke to you, share it with someone who needed encouragement today. And remember, your story is not over. Subscribe and leave me a comment if this was your story too. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace and love.